Hier. Guck, dass ich mich überhaupt nur daran erinnere, wo wir waren. Böden und gefährliche Kreaturen. Ach, haben wir alle fertig. Da hat sich die Sache. Sofern der Ladescreen mal fertig wird. Ja, wird das heute noch was? Ja, sieht doch gut aus. Komm. Wir schaffen das heute noch. So. Wie ging hier nochmal irgendwas? Okay. Hauptmission, ja. Der Schöpfung, haben wir dagegen was? Erschöpfung, aber ist leer. Müssen wir, wenn wir den Typen mal wieder sehen, halt mal machen.
The epidemics, everyone's throwing.
Und wer bist du?
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Die verkauft Sachen.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money,
Selber.
I'll show you all I have.
Die Alte verkauft einfach Patronen. Die wären gut. Gutes Schmiermittel. Hiervon nehmen wir was mit. Oh, nee, komm.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Nein! Das wollte ich nicht.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Also,
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
alles klar.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Haben wir die jetzt Schulden eintreiben oder was?
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Sehr schön.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Neuer Hinweis. Hä? Willst du dich verarschen?
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Muss nachgucken, tatsächlich.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
Gib mir mal ein paar Namen von eurer Gehaltsliste, dann kümmere ich mich um die.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Wer bist du? Siehst doch aus wie dieser komische...
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr.
so
Jonathan
freundlich.
Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby.
Ja, sag ich doch.
Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Ja, wollen wir mal sehen.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Don't you see it's an endless spiral? One day, it will be you who will be stabbed, or shot, or worse.
That's what my sweet Edwina always says, that one day I'll get it too. But she says it with the most beautiful smile, my Edwina.
Will ich mir Gedanken machen.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Kommt doch einen über
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
Ja, wenn das alles ist.
So, tell me about your gang then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Hä?
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Stand doch gerade eben, wir haben einen neuen...
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Ah,
Ooh, Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
ich bin nicht leicht zu schockieren, bla bla.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Fuck.
I must look a fool. Heartens me to know you can't see me, my sweet. Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot... You again. What do you want?
Können wir die jetzt gegenseitig ausspielen?
Do you know Edwina suspects you to be unfaithful?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
These parts will be running completely amok.
Ja, kann ich sonst nichts mehr durchmachen?
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Schade.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Schade, schade. So, weiter. Wieder eine Viertelstunde gelabert. Ja, wie komme ich denn zurück zum Krankenhaus? Ja, wir nutzen diese Verzögerung. So. Schon wieder. Muss ich jetzt an der nächsten Kreuzung nochmal anhalten oder darf ich jetzt durchlaufen? Ja, leck mich doch am Arsch. Irgendwann kommen wir auch mal am Ziel an. you sure about that? Alter. Wie oft will mir das Spiel noch ins Gesicht knallen, dass es alle 5 Meter laden muss? Ach, dafür muss ich an die Werkbank, stimmt. Da war das Problem. So, wer bist du? Unbekannt. Hab ich nicht mit denen geredet.
Good evening, sir.
Ach, mit dem wollte ich doch
So
gar
it is
nicht reden.
true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Ja, ne, wer kann, der kann. Nur 2.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed the body.
Miese Zeiten. Personal.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Es ist überall dasselbe. Nee, na gut. Belegschaft ist wichtig, das Oper. Dass wir keine große Wahl hatten. Ja gut, das stimmt auch.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Ja gut, was willst du zur Zeit machen?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Du!
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Du bist hier für den Scheiß. Aber eigentlich will ich die Box hier. Ergotamin. Ja, maybe.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed, by this horrifying epidemic.
If Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic.
Ja. Eine Epidemie, die ist halt schon nicht ohne. Ihre Stadt braucht sie, ja mit Sicherheit. So, wo ist die olle Zippe? Ah, dreimal an der vorbeigelaufen.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique.
Gelesen.
Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see.
Ja, einen Titelplatz
Well,
gekriegt.
I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Oh, sogar zwei. Das haben wir hier. Das ist wahrscheinlich Hauptquest.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our
Da hat
situation?
sie halt recht. Ja, sie hat auf der einen Seite natürlich recht. In so einer Situation ist es beschissen, einen guten Arzt rauszuschmeißen. Aber was willst du halt machen, ne? Wegen dem Fehler ist halt schon einer draufgegangen. Das könnte halt nicht der einzigste gewesen sein. Oder halt auf langer Sicht ja nicht der letzte gewesen sein.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, Nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan,
Yes,
if you
dabei.
do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Ja, dann mach doch. Ah, Moment. Krankenschwester.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Ich finde, was fehlgeschlagen. Oh, fuck.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Du bist auch
Goodbye.
Felix zu gebrauchen.
Call me if you need assistance.
Ich geb dir gleich ein paar Assistants um die Ohren. Aber wo ist die andere Zippe? Warte, was? Drücke L3, um deinen Vampirsinn zu aktivieren. Wenn sich ein Bürger verdächtig verhält, steckt sein Herz schneller und leuchtet. Schaltest du besondere Interaktionen frei. Aha.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I ought to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Ja, man kann so schnell ablegen und sich aus dem Staub machen. Na komm mal her, mein Freund. Ich will mal ein, zwei Takte mit dir reden. Ach, erstmal neviger Ladebildschirm, natürlich. Es dauert ja nur 3,5 Jahre, hoppla. Ah, guck mal, endlich. Ich habe jetzt schon die komischen Kuhle da. Und ich sehe Loot. Das mit dem Loot gefällt mir ganz gut. Aber die komischen Viecher brauche ich jetzt nicht unbedingt. Obwohl, doch, die geben XP. Können ruhig herkommen.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Ah, du drehst mir den Rücken zu. Das ist keine gute Idee. gewöhnliche Stachelkeule. Ah, verdammt. Hä? Ich war gerade kurz hardcore verwirrt. Ja, ich glaube, er stirbt da hinten, aber er will nicht. Das ist wohl ein Problem für ihn, aber nicht für mich. Also wird erstmal hier in Ruhe geblutet. Oha. Da liegt er. Nicht mehr ganz so lebendig, wie er vorher vielleicht mal war, aber da liegt er. Ja, ich bin ja gleich da. Der Bann des Drachens, neues Sammelobjekt. Doch, besser. Aber das tut für mich gar nichts. Kannst aber ganz schön lange nicht atmen, mein Junge. Die standen zwar seitlich nebeneinander, aber das beachten wir jetzt einfach mal. Was geht bei dir?
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Kopfschmerzen, aber jetzt leider nichts dabei. Dann verzieh dich erstmal, dann heile ich dich und dann fresse ich dich, weil ich nicht...
Are you sure you're all right, sir?
Yes.
Hä?
Yes, I'll be. As soon as I can see the sky again.
Ich wollte die Tür aufmachen. Und mit dem Vogel da reden. Eigentlich hin? Ah, war ich gerade eben gar nicht mal so falsch. Ich rieche einen Bosskampf. Wieso muss ich recht haben?
What sort of creature is this?
Hallo? Schimmer! Ja, Diagnose ist ganz schön schlecht.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Was heißt hier, was von ihm übrig ist? Wir sehen nur den ganzen Körper. Sie sind krank, mittellos, wer sie auch sein und wo sie auch herkommen mögen. Suchen Sie Dorothea auf, um Hilfe zu bekommen. Keine Tricks, keine Kosten, keine Fragen. Gutschein für...
Some voucher for a free checkup
Moment,
in
das war der andere von gerade eben.
What is Nurse Crane up to?
Wieso liegen
I
da
really
zwei
must find her.
Brustkörbe? Na gut, der liegt noch ein zweiter Schädel, werden nur noch zwei verschiedene Leute sein. Ah, da haben wir ganz schön Hunger gehabt, der mehr gefressen hat. Ach, ewiger Ladebalken. Eisicher. Na, gucken wir mal die Nachrichten. Vielleicht gibt es da was Spannendes vorzulesen. Große Trauer im Wolfspark. Geheimnis der Sennsteine. Apex. Katzen. VR für Faule. Diese VR-Brille tragt ihr nur im Bett. Das klingt doch schon mal was. Aber der Ladebalken ist gleich fertig. Okay, dauert noch 10 Jahre. Oder auch nicht? Ja, wer bist du denn? Und Bimbo. Toter.
Steady, boys!
Der hätte. Korrigiere, die jetzt. Ey. Okay. Das Spiel hängt. Hallo? Ich kann nicht zu. Na, passiert da heute noch was? Gut, anscheinend nicht. Das heißt, ich verabschiede mich. Ich komme vielleicht heute Abend wieder. Wenn es dann funktioniert, keine Ahnung, warum es sich jetzt aufgehangen hat. In diesem Sinne, bis denn.